Attention, Vikings fans. A storm of unexpected criticism is shaking the confidence in the team's main quarterback, while behind the scenes, a defensive cornerstone renews his commitment to the franchise, showing that not everything is turbulent in Minnesota. Sharp statements and strategic decisions that stir the fan base are unfolding before our eyes. Prepare for a deep dive into the Vikings backstage, exploring the pressure on McCarthy and the stability represented by Metellus. Welcome. Show your support for the Vikings by reaching 100 likes on today's video. At the center of the first news is J.J. McCarthy, the young Vikings quarterback who has been the target of harsh public criticism, especially from Colin Cowherd, a renowned commentator who spares no words in questioning the athlete's potential. Cowherd has long doubted McCarthy's abilities, labeling him just a C quarterback. To Cowherd, McCarthy lacks that special wow trait that distinguishes the great NFL quarterbacks, unfavorably comparing him to stars like Mahomes, Lamar Jackson, and Burrow. Under pressure, McCarthy sees these critiques as just another challenge to overcome in his career path. Cowherd specifically highlighted the quarterback's struggles in critical game moments, citing his poor fourth-quarter stats and difficulties when playing from behind in college, even while playing at the University of Michigan under coach Jim Harbaugh. This claim seeks to undermine McCarthy's image as a leader who can excel under pressure. However, when analyzing Michigan's key 2023 season games, where McCarthy led an undefeated team, this accusation weakens. In crucial matchups against rivals like Ohio State and Alabama, McCarthy delivered decisive performance, executing important plays and runs that helped keep his team competitive, including key passes and touchdowns that tied the game late in regulation. For example, converting a fourth down with a 27-yard pass versus Alabama, and scoring a touchdown to tie the game with just over a minute left. This analysis shows that while McCarthy may not always operate at peak performance, he does deliver high-impact moments, especially in critical games. The clash between critical public opinion and the factual record heightens the tension surrounding the young quarterback, who faces immense pressure early in his professional career. Besides Cowherd's harsh words, McCarthy grapples with skepticism both from the media and fans eagerly waiting to see if he can justify the team's and coaching staff's faith in him. While the criticism is tough, it could fuel the quarterback's growth, as he demonstrates resilience amid adversity. Looking at McCarthy's recent background, he was carefully evaluated before the draft, and while his modest arm and execution speed may not wow experts, his leadership potential and on-field play remain unknowns to be unraveled. McCarthy stays focused on developing his game and proving his worth, with the Vikings investing strongly in his promise as the team's future leader. Here lies a classic conflict between technical evaluation and fan passion, where the QB's consolidation will not be defined solely by stats or outside opinion but by in-game evolution. The challenge is set for McCarthy not only to answer criticism but to exceed expectations and lead the Vikings to glory. Shifting our focus to the second news, where hope takes concrete shape, we find Josh Metellus, Vikings safety, who recently signed a contract extension for 3 more years, securing his future with the team. At 27, Metellus embodies the stability and versatility the Vikings seek to sustain their defense, and he is a key figure in Coach Brian Flores' scheme. This contract renewal is a milestone for the Vikings, securing a player who is not only a defensive standout but also a leader inside the locker room. Metellus is described as a program player, someone who embodies the values of the team and the Minnesota community. He himself has stated that he considers Minnesota home and wants to stay to win the coveted championship ring. The deal is significant, approximately $36 million guaranteed and possibly reaching $42 million, reflecting the management's confidence in his performance. Since joining the Vikings in 2020 as a late 6th-round draft pick, Metellus' journey has been marked by overcoming adversity until he established himself as a starter and leader. His return to Minnesota now seems the natural outcome of his dedication and growth. At the peak of his career, Metellus has gained strategic importance by playing multiple defensive positions, showcasing a rare level of adaptability that allows the Vikings to constantly tweak their scheme to neutralize opponent threats. Head coach Kevin O'Connell and general manager Kwesi Adofo-Mensah praised not only Metellus' technical skills but also his moral presence and close relationships with teammates, who look up to him as an example of determination and hard work. This fit strengthens the team's confidence in its defensive core, a crucial element to aspire for significant NFL achievements. Most intriguingly, Metellis's versatility challenges traditional positions, showing multiple facets on the field and contributing to the tactical demands of the defense. Metellis's story is a portrait of the American sports dream, starting as an underdog, being cut early, then fighting to claim a leading role, inspiring young players facing similar battles hoping to earn their spot in the league spotlight. This long-term commitment between Metellus and the Vikings symbolizes not only team renewal and ambition but also the cultivation of loyalty and identity within a highly competitive and volatile league. His defensive presence is an anchor as the team projects future winning campaigns. The Vikings can count on the experience and multifunctional skills of this unique player to counter opposing offenses that deploy diverse strategies. Coach Flores gains an indispensable piece for his plans with this contract extension. The conclusion of Metellis's extension sends a clear message. Amid offensive uncertainty and pressure on McCarthy, the Vikings are doubling down on defensive pillars that guarantee stability and consistency on the field, a factor that could balance the challenges ahead in the coming season. With these two contrasting perspectives in view, we see a team in transition, walking a tightrope between public doubts and internal confidence, between inevitable media pressure and serious construction of a solid, ambitious project. The dynamic between the controversial young quarterback and the established veteran encapsulates a team's duality, pursuing success while needing to resolve its uncertainties. Balance between offense and defense will be decisive. Thus, Vikings fans need to stay alert. The team's trajectory next season depends heavily on how McCarthy responds to criticism and whether Metellus continues to inspire teammates, turning the defense into a true fortress. The scenario within the franchise suggests that more than individual talent, mental attitudes, and collective work will chart the path forward. And you, fans, how do you see this balance of pressure and stability in your team? Does McCarthy have the game to carry the franchise, or does the Vikings' future lean more on defense with leaders like Metellus? Don't forget to like, comment your views, and subscribe to the channel to follow everything happening in the Vikings universe and the NFL. Your participation is crucial to keep this community alive and active, always ready to debate the best of American football. Character count without extra spaces, 9,382.